Take the ramp to US 290 East, then merge onto US 290 East.
How worthy do you feel? Does your expertise feel real? If your answer is not much, well then, you're in luck. It is possible to grow, to lean in to what you know. Confidence can be gained without all that much pain.
Continue on US 290 East for 6 miles.
If you feel a lot of doubt, it's okay to speak it out. And when you do, you'll see what a difference it makes to believe. Believe in yourself. In what you have to offer. The world needs what you have. The world needs to hear what you have to say. So do the scary thing. Put yourself out there today. There is so much value in you. So I won't tell you don't be afraid, because that's not easy at all, and it feels impossible. But what I will tell you is, if you take a chance on yourself, if you believe just a little bit, you're gonna see. Just try it, and doing is the best way to learn. It's the best way to grow. It's the best way to see for yourself what no one else can make you believe, that you have so much value. The world needs to hear what you have to say. And you don't have to be ready to say it today. Do it anyway. Even if you feel new, even if you're not polished or ready, there is truth in authenticity. There is power in showing up. They say practice makes perfect. They say 10,000 hours can make you a master at anything. They say all kinds of things. But what really matters is not what they say. What really matters is you. Somebody that I know, and you might be somebody that I don't, but I believe in you. Even when you won't. We need to believe in each other. Lift up the ones who feel afraid. Because there is so much treasure that we're missing.
In 2 miles, take the I-10 East exit.
So much magic to be made. So when we believe in each other and believe in ourselves, we can do great things. We can do hard things. We can do whatever we want to do, and that's not just like a cliche. It's actually true. Believe in yourself. Please. Don't do it for me. Just try it. Give it a chance and you'll see. It won't be comfortable at first, and that's okay. It's when we step out of our comfort zone that's when things change. That's when we stop waiting and we take steps to reach our dreams. And they're not so impossible after all. Try it. You'll see.
In half a mile, take the I-10 East exit.
I know I sound a little bit like Dr. Seuss. But the message is simple. That's why it just keeps coming through over and over and over again. Just try it. I can tell you 100 times. You
Take
might
the
hear
I-10
it
East exit.
in 1,000 different ways. But why don't you believe it? What's it gonna
Continue for
take?
3 miles.
Just try it. I'm tempted to say, what have you got to lose? But that's the whole thing that holds us back. Fear. We are so afraid of what we might lose that we don't try, and that's when we really lose. That's when we lose so much opportunity, so much treasure, so much, I don't even have the right word. It's when we hold back, when we settle, when we convince ourselves that we can't, well, then we don't, right? And there are so many times and so many people who have been so surprised when they try, and they find out that they can, and they do get what they've always wanted, even if they didn't know what they wanted, right? They get something different, maybe bigger and better, or less. Sometimes less is more, and we're taught to want more, but when you find that confidence, there is so much peace. And it might be uncomfortable for some people, and that's okay. It might be uncomfortable for you. That's fine. It's not going to be uncomfortable forever. And I'm not perfect at all. Alright? I'm not a hypocrite because I don't practice what I preach. I'm just somebody who is hesitating. And maybe these are the words I've been given to speak because they're words that I need to hear. That just try it. You'll see. Show up. You don't need to be ready. You don't need to be polished. There is value in your experiences, in your natural gifts, even if you feel like there aren't any. There is value in you, and there is no one else exactly like you. So, show up in whatever way feels right, even if it's uncomfortable. Follow that nudge. I dare you. I double dog dare you. You'll see. You'll see. And I'll do it with you. You're not alone. Sharing this video is a baby step, and I'll take another after that, and I hope that you do too. Because when we do the scary things, a lot of times we find out they're not that scary. It was more scary in our imagination than in reality. So, what are you scared of? What's holding you back? And what would it look like if you did it anyway? And don't let the fear talk you out of it, right? What would it look like if you tried, and then our minds, out of self-preservation, try to go through all these like worst case, impossible scenarios, very, very statistically unlikely, about everything that could go wrong. And there's so much positivity mindset coaching and such out there that talks about, okay, but what if things went right? And that feels so unnatural, right? Because we are designed to survive. We are designed
in
to
1,000
avoid
feet,
danger.
keep left at the fork. Follow signs for I-10 East downtown.
The things that we're afraid of, the things that we run from,
keep left at the fork.
They're not, so many times, they're not as dangerous as our minds tell us.
Continue
that they
for
are.
6 miles.
So, whatever's in your heart, really in your heart, right? Not a little craving or something that just you feel like is going to satisfy a need in the moment. Like, really, think about, what do you really want? Think about that and go for it. Just go for it. And I know it is way, way easier said than done, right? It might be hard, right? To give up one thing in search of another. But that doesn't mean it's not possible. Right? We are designed to survive. Whatever happens, I mean, statistically, you're likely to make it through. Right? People have made it through so much worse, and it's our expectations that are really holding us back the most, at least for me, right? I think through, I try to plan ahead for every scenario. Okay, if I do this, I'm gonna lose this and that, and what will I do, how will I provide, and how will I maintain my status quo? Well, the status quo is the problem. So yeah, things are gonna change, and it is impossible to plan for every scenario. So let's not, right? Let's plan a little bit, right? Don't just they say leap of faith, and yeah, absolutely. But there's also, I don't want to say smart, because there's so much stigma around if you make a mistake, it's not smart, and I don't like that, because it's not true. Mistakes are how we learn, but I mean, plan a little bit, right? But don't get stuck in overthinking and overanalyzing and over-preparing. And then what? Where did that get you? You spent so much time preparing that you forgot to actually do the thing or take the step and show up. And anyway, that is what I have to say. And I hope that the message reaches whoever needs to hear it. If you're hearing this message You're hearing it for a reason, right? So you don't have to believe me. Believe yourself. Right? Think about, how do these words resonate, right? There's a reason, if you're watching this far, there's a reason you're still watching. Believe in yourself. Even just a little bit. A little bit goes a long way. Really, really it does.